Episode 8 of The Ultimate Fighter is here, and I just cannot contain myself. For the first time all season, Team McGregor has won a fight! This is, of course, the first win of Season 31 for Team McGregor, and the first time that Connor has had a win on The Ultimate Fighter since the GOAT Artem Lobov was on his team. Off-air, Connor celebrated the win at one of his favorite hangouts, the ladies' bathroom. This time it was at an Irish funeral.
I spoke to a lad who was in there in the toilets for like 35 minutes in the women's one. So I reckon he's been smashing someone in the women's.
Speaking of the win, McGregor stans took to Twitter to say that you love to see it, and for them, I'm sure that they're correct, considering that not a single one of them is a non-consenting female just looking to take a piss. Since the episode aired, I have not been able to get it to stream correctly one single time on ESPN Plus, because ESPN Plus is the worst streaming service I have ever encountered in my entire fucking life. This buggy, clunky, barely serviceable excuse for a streaming service is one that I loathe completely and hope that the UFC gets away from very quickly once their contract expires. So, if the footage in this episode looks a little bit weird, that's why. Fuck ESPN Plus. Here's episode 8 of The Ultimate Fighter Season 31. We begin the episode in the TUF House where Landon Quinones is licking his wounds after his loss to Jason Knight last week. It's actually Jason who gives him some sage advice at this point.
Listen to me. Here's what I told all my dudes coming up. You can either paint yourself a fucking masterpiece.
Yeah.
Or you can paint a fucking shitty ass picture.
If fighting prowess was measured in terms of art, I would say the contestants on this show are somewhere between county fair nominees and women who go to those boozy art classes so they can get wine drunk with the gals on a Tuesday night. This segment is really just a little bit of fluff as the episode speeds along and we learn about this week's prospect fighter, Rico DeJulo. He's young, he's hungry, and he's
your cousin from Boston.
A few weeks back, I said that the only good thing to come out of Boston was the Dropkick Murphys, but Rico actually seems like a pretty decent guy himself. So, I'll amend that to say that the only good things to come out of the worst metropolitan city in America are the Dropkick Murphys, Rico, and that tea party where we told England to eat a bag of dicks. We then turn and burn, quickly moving along to learn about our veteran fighter for the week, Hunter Azure, another mild-mannered guy on this show full of mild-mannered guys. Hunter is Native American, having grown up on an Indian reservation in Montana. You know who's also Native American? Ultimate Fighter winner and former women's bantamweight champion Nico Montano. With company like that, what could possibly go wrong?
Come to Boston in the winter, people are fighting over parking spots. No bullshit. I've seen more fights over parking spots on my street, bro.
If I were in Boston, the only thing I'd be fighting for is the opportunity to leave Boston. Hate, the black metal band, may have started in Poland in the 90s, but hate as a concept started right at home in Boston, in the heart of every racist masshole who's ever attended a Bruins game. After a quick weigh-in and stare down, it's fight time, and dare I say, this may have been the best fight of the season thus far. This bloody brawl saw a competitive but ultimately decisive 10-9 for Hunter in the first round, only for Rico to rally amazingly in the second, achieving a knockout victory and staving off Team Chandler's clean sweep. This fight was a great reminder that, for as pointless and lame as The Ultimate Fighter has become, great fights are still possible here, so hats off to both of these gentlemen for their performances in the octagon. A performance that deserves no praise is Connor's celebration of this victory. He essentially acted out this meme in real life, bouncing around outside of the cage like a gremlin before needlessly hurling insults at the veterans.
Fucking holding on to each other, yous are in here for 2 fucking rounds. You think close guard top after 2 rounds is a fight over? There's a lot of unfinished fights here. I call yous here today, gone tomorrow.
Truly, this man has the poise and grace of a newborn giraffe. Now that the quarterfinals have concluded, it's time for the coaches and Dana to figure out the matchups for the semis. However, there's a slight monkey wrench in the operation, considering that even though Team Chandler didn't get the clean sweep, absolutely no one wants to trade ships and go over to Team McGregor. Dana gets input from McGregor, Chandler, and the semifinal fighters, and will reveal his matchmaking decisions next episode. But for now, we conclude episode 8 with Daddy Connor graciously letting Rico take his Lamborghini for a spin around the block.
You go, my man.
Get out of here.
Come on, man. You go, bud.
Get out of here.
Of course.
Yippee! So that's it for the 8th installment of Season 31 of The Ultimate Fighter. If you like these highlight videos, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video if ESPN Plus actually lets me watch the next episode. Fucking garbage-ass service, suck my balls!
Jay, find out the distance in kilometers from here to my house, please, will you? Because I may start cycling it or even running it sometimes as well.
Far.
Change.